Greetings, welcome to my domain. I'm the King that works Michael. Welcome back to CSI Crime Scene Investigation. Deadly Intent. Dynasty 1. Oh, my control's off. Damn it! Professional, very professional. Be professional. Now, we need to go to either the morgue or the lab. I'm going to go to the morgue first.
I'll call Doc Robbins down in the morgue and have him send someone out for the body.
Oh, pardon me. I'll go this way. Hello.
I believe I've had the pleasure. I'm Al Robbins. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you, Beardo. Any sign of sexual trauma?
No, in fact, the marriage was not consummated at all, consensually or otherwise. Well, at least not last night.
Oh, hello. Do we find anything from Tox?
Have you met Henry Andrews in Tox yet? Very nice fellow. You'll like him. Well, anyway, according to the Tox panel, your victim's blood alcohol level was .09. She was definitely inebriated. But even if she held her liquor well, I would imagine there had to be some kind of complication with the 1.9 milligrams per liter of benzoyl methylecgonine in her system. Still, that could be considered by some to be a fairly recreational level of cocaine ingestion.
I understand barely anything of what you said. Time of death, please.
Dead about 8 to 9 hours, which I suppose would put the murder at around 3 in the morning.
Oh, okay. What about a COD?
Broken heart. Seriously,
Cause of death.
I removed a shard of broken glass from what looks like it could be a heart-shaped plate or ashtray. It severed the victim's carotid artery, which led to her cause of death being technically exsanguination. But where's the poetry in that? The shard is right over... Oh, here you go.
Thank you. Have you taken any of your fingerprints
Yes,
yet?
I have them right here for you.
Thank you. Anything else you can tell
I
me?
haven't completed my examination, so I might find out something else. Please feel free to poke around some more now, or you can come back anytime. Good catch. Your victim wore a removable partial denture. It's pretty nice bridge work, actually. But you ask me, this girl's too young to be losing her teeth. My experience tells me she's probably been the victim of domestic violence.
Ooh, yay! Then we just give her a good look over. Alright. Anything else, Doc?
Well, I haven't completed my examination,
Yeah, okay.
so I might find out something else. Please feel free to poke around some more now, or you can come back anytime.
I'll come back anytime. Because I need to head to the lab. Head to the lab. Head back to the crime scene after, because there might be something we're missing. I know should be one more piece of evidence. Because we need to shake things up a bit. Ooh, love those transitions.
I see you two are making a great team already. Crime scene process that fast, huh?
Our new transfer here moves pretty quick. I just stand back and watch the magic happen.
Well, don't stand around too much. You still need to identify that Jane Doe before you can make much headway.
We're on it.
The lab is separated into two main areas.
Data lab,
the data lab,
materials
and the
lab.
materials lab. The data lab can be used to search databases or analyze audio-video samples. The materials lab can be used to analyze physical objects and substances. Move the cursor over the door to the lab you wish to enter and select it.
Data lab. Anything here? I want to analyze that thing.
The audio analysis station can be used to process audio evidence. You can isolate distinct elements of a sample or match similar samples.
Audio. Huh. Isolate the important sound compared to another sound if necessary. Video playback. Oh.
Some audio samples have distinct parts within them that can be isolated.
Oh.
This might be a particular person's voice or a sound in the background. Each part of such an audio sample can be individually selected. To isolate a part, move the cursor over the waveform and select the part you wish to isolate. Once an individual part is selected, the play button on the right will let you listen to that part. If the part you have isolated is useful evidence in the case, simply listening to it will be enough to prove it.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Charles Steer, and I'm calling to report a murder. I'm the night manager at Aurelia's Fantasy Suites over on West Alexander Street. Please hurry.
Sir, is the victim a hotel guest?
I don't know exactly. She's in there in the Cupid Suite. Jeez, there's just a lot of blood. Look, I really need the cops to get here as soon as possible. I'll wait for them in the parking lot, okay? This is really freaking me out.
Sir, if you could please stay on the line with me a while. Sir, if you could please stay on the line with me a while.
Something's wrong here.
Yeah, my name is Charles Steer, and I'm calling to report a murder. I'm the night manager at Aurelia's Fantasy Suites.
There's nothing there.
On West Alexander Street. Please hurry.
Sir, is the victim a hotel guest?
I don't know exactly. She's in there in the Cupid Suite. Jeez, there's just a lot of blood. Look, I really need the cops to get here as soon as possible. I'll wait for them in the parking lot, okay? This is really freaking me out.
There's nothing there.
I don't know exactly. She's...
There's nothing there that can help me. Head back to the crime scene after. Now, let's analyze a few things.
The database computer allows you to perform matches or searches through various databases.
I'm allergic to it. Get away fast.
Allows you to find medical or dental records if you have a corresponding ID number.
Fingerprints. Evidence.
Now you must put a print in the right slot. You can either try to match it from another print in your evidence, or you can search APHIS to see if the print is on record.
How do I search APHIS? Okay. Victims 10 card. Medical database. Evidence. I got nothing. Okay, let's go to the materials lab because there's nothing much here. Ooh.
The assembly table allows you to put together objects that have been disassembled or torn apart. First, select the object you wish to assemble. Then, select a piece of the object, and while keeping the button held down, continue this process until the object is fully assembled. Note that you may not yet have all the pieces.
Thank
We
you.
want to match up all the pieces of glass we can find.
Rotate, rotate, rotate. Okay. We're missing a couple pieces. I might know where they are. Yo, dude. What now?
Something tells me the happy couple left a few more secrets hiding in their honeymoon suite.
Yeah, I'll deal with that in a minute. But
A
first,
comparison microscope can be used to see minute features of an object or to compare two objects in fine detail. Document analysis uses variable frequency light to examine the ink on documents. It causes different types of ink to fluoresce differently, exposing changes to documents.
microscope.
The microscope has two modes of operation. It can be used to look at a single object in great detail or to compare one object to another.
Okay.
To see the object clearly, select the appropriate level of magnification. You can scan around the object by moving your cursor near the edges of the display. You can scan around the object by selecting the appropriate movement icons on the display.
Hold on.
Nice work. Those ID markers are often better than driver's licenses. Now all we have to do is look it up in the medical database.
Yay!
To analyze the document, select one of the three light frequency sliders and slowly drag it across different frequencies.
Okay. Got nothing in there. Okay. Enough of that.
The chemical analyzer
Oh
is
my
used
God.
to determine the exact composition of an unknown chemical substance. The chemical spectrum of the object is shown on the left, and the working spectrum is shown on the right. Your goal is to add the correct elements to the working spectrum so that it matches the actual spectrum on the left. The possible constituent elements are shown on the far right. Select an element to add or remove it from the working spectrum.
Well, let me do it
The
then.
actual spectrum on the left matches the working spectrum on the right. Select Match to identify the substance.
Oh, finally. Chemical.
The chemical analyzer
Oh
is
my
used
God.
to determine the exact composition of an unknown chemical substance.
Thank you. Evidence.
The chemical spectrum of the object is shown on
Search.
the top, and the working spectrum is shown on the bottom.
Search.
The possible constituent elements are shown on the far right. Select an element to add or remove it from the working spectrum. The working spectrum now contains the spectrographic analysis of the element you selected.
Oh my
Keep
God.
selecting and deselecting elements until all of the lines match those in the top spectrum.
Okay. Not quite. Not quite. That one's right.
Once the
There we
actual
go.
spectrum on the top matches the working spectrum on the bottom, select Confirm Match to identify the substance.
Confirm match.
Sodium bicarbonate, citrate, silicate, anionic and non-ionic surfactants, fragrance, They equal your common, everyday carpet cleaner. Unfortunately, there's no way to determine when it was used, so it won't help us narrow down the timeline.
Damn.
To
DNA.
match DNA, first select the Evidence button below the left slot. Then choose a collected DNA sample. Now you must put a sample in the right slot. You can either try to match it to another sample in your evidence, or you can search CODIS to see if the DNA is on record.
Search CODIS.
Our Vic's DNA isn't in the system. She's still a Jane Doe.
Blood in the sink.
A sample of DNA might or might not be identified when you find it. Identified samples are surrounded by a green
Fuck
border.
off.
Unidentified samples, on the other hand, are represented as a series of
God.
strands, each surrounded by brackets.
Quiet.
To match an unidentified sample to an identified sample, if a strand doesn't fit,
Go away. Click and drag. Ah, no, no, stop.
repeat this process for each of the strands.
No. Okay. I'm only guessing that it matches.
If you can find a spot for each one of the DNA strands in the unidentified sample,
Thank you. So the victim's blood is the blood that's in the sink. There's no match
No
here.
match there.
Nope. What? Blood from carpet. Nope. Ah! Go away!
Blood from the couch cushion is not a match to our Jane Doe, and someone tried to clean it up. So, if we go with our crime of passion theory, our victim struggles with the assailant, but she gets a piece of him. And obviously, he doesn't want to be identified, so as best he can, he cleans up after himself.
Nothing there either. What now?
The ID on the bridge work should be enough to ID our body. And they always get you with the teeth.
Data lab. After this, I'm heading back to the crime scene. Medical database. Evidence. Search.
Jackpot. Says here our corpse bride's real name is Lynn Bowder, and she isn't a newlywed at all. She's been married for over a year to a first lieutenant in the Marine Corps. Yeah, but get this, under spouse's employee contact information, Lynn lists a military FPO address, a fleet post office box. It's good for another 2 months, which means her husband's still deployed overseas. Which begs the question, if Lynn's husband is out of the country, then who's she honeymooning with?
No idea.
I got you some more information on Lynn Bowder. She's a Vegas native, but moved out to North Carolina a couple of years ago after getting married. 6 months ago, her husband, along with the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force, was redeployed to Iraq.
Okay.
Now, as far as I can tell, the two remain happily married. There's no record of divorce either here or in North Carolina. No new marriage license was issued to Lynn Bowder. None of the local chapels has any record of her walking or running down the aisle, and none of the hotels has any record of her having checked in.
Got a last known local address?
No, but her last local place of employment was Pleasure City, a strip club about 2 blocks away from Aurelia's Fantasy Suites.
We should check it out.
We? Call me if you need backup.
Will do.
Okay.
Captain Brass can help you get warrants to search a location
Okay.
or to bring a suspect into custody. If you have a suspect in mind, ask Brass for a warrant. Keep in mind that he'll want to see the evidence that incriminates that suspect.
Ah! What now?
Something tells me the happy couple left a few more secrets hiding in their honeymoon suite.
Yeah, I'm going there. Let's go to the crime scene. I'll go back to the crime scene, see what happens, because I know there's something else there. Something on that bed. Oh my god, he's still there. Good lord, man. Got no evidence, got no audio evidence to, time to shake things up a bit. Aha!
That's another piece of broken glass that looks like what was used to stab our Vic. Let's find as many of these broken pieces as we can, and then we'll try to put them back together at the lab.
Aha! Location searched. That's it? That's it? It's done? Crime scene, that's it. Location's done. What now?
Hope there's some trace of our victim at the club, and hey, maybe a trace of the killer too, for Brass's sake.
Alright. Head to the club. Head to the club. I want to drop back at the morgue after. See what happens.
Pleasure City sort of redefines the concept of civic duty.
Yeah. Oh my.
There are probably plenty of prints on those poles, but they're not the ones we want.
No, probably not. Didn't hurt to look anyway. Why am I looking at this chair? I must look so intently at that chair.
Those bubble chairs are enclosed. Not exactly ideal for lap dances.
You'd know this how? Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't go that way. What you got?
Sorry, we're closed.
Ma'am, we're here from the Vegas Crime Lab. We're here following up on a murder investigation.
May we get your name, please?
Kathy Bird. You said murder. Who got murdered?
Do you know Lynn Bowder?
Bowder? Yeah, why?
I'm afraid she was found dead at Aurelia's Fantasy Suites.
Oh my god! I just saw her last night.
Those look like some nasty bruises on your arms.
Yeah, guy last night got a little grabby. Security bounced him. He's lucky that's all they did. Hurt like a son of a bitch.
Probably the same guy from last night. Saw Lynn last night. Was that here?
Yes, it was. We were both working. She spent most of her time dancing for this one guy.
I know that one guy. Can you tell me? Can you tell me more about this guy she was with?
Well, I didn't get a real good look at him because the club was busy and it was dark as hell and I was working. I think he was Mexican, though. Not real tall. And she was like grinding all over the guy. I mean, he must have had some serious cash on him.
How old did you know Lynn?
Not real well. I mean, you know, she used to work here a few years ago. We used to hang out some, but then she got married to a real loser and left town. Anyway, I didn't hear from her.
Loser? He's in the Marines.
She called and came by the club. You know, she said she wanted to work the pole here for a few nights, make a little quick and dirty cash.
Where exactly did Miss Bauer dance for this gentleman?
Like I said, I can't remember exactly, but I think she was in that chair over there. The one turned away from the stage. She liked to have room to dance.
Lynn Bowder called you after you hadn't spoken in a few years?
Yeah, we were kind of close back then. And she really wanted to move back to Vegas. Her marriage to the Marine hit the rocks. She finally got smart and left the son of a bitch. And it's like I said,
Did
wanted
she?
to come back here and make some money. She thought I could put in a good word for her with the management. And I did.
How could she leave him if he was deployed overseas? Have you ever been to Rel's Fantasy Suites?
Are you kidding? No frickin' way. I wouldn't set foot in that dump. That place is pathetic.
Not even last night.
Look, last night I was here till like dawn, and then I went straight home. I was exhausted. You try serving drinks all night in 6-inch heels.
Do you know anyone who might have had a problem with Lynn?
Did she have any enemies? A jealous ex-boyfriend, maybe.
Lynn? She was her own worst enemy. No, I mean, Lynn was a really cool person and all, but she wasn't always the most reliable person, if you know what I mean.
Oh. What time did Lynn leave with this man?
I'm gonna guess midnight? They left together sometime around midnight, but I'm not 100% on that.
Could Lynn have gotten married last night?
Married? I really don't think so. I mean, she was still married to Buzzcut in Baghdad, and that was a total train wreck, so I can't really see her going all big love on me and taking home husband number 2.
Anything else you can tell us?
No, not really, but, you know, if I remember something, I'll be sure to give you guys a call, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck with everything.
We appreciate you taking the time to answer our questions.
Oh, hold on. Before I do, I gotta stare intently at that chair again. I want to stare intently at this chair. Fluids!
No trace fluids there.
Nothing to cast. Fingerprints. Aha!
All right, now we might be getting somewhere. This palm print means someone was forced to sit on his hands last night. Now, from what I hear, that's not exactly the MO of a local dancer. Keep going. We have to check the whole chair.
It's Jim Brass. Somebody tried to use Lynn Bowder's credit card in an ATM off Eastern. Swing by my office when you get a chance.
Thank you, Jim. Aha!
Okay, we're looking at a lot of prints in here, my friend. Finding a connection to Lynn Bowder might seem like we're looking for a needle in a haystack, but, you know, That's exactly what it is. Well, hell, that's why they pay us the big bucks, am I right?
Yeah. Something else I'm missing here. Nothing?
No trace fluids there.
No, no, no. There's still more. Casting.
We don't need to make a mold of that.
Alright. Ah! Anything to collect? Fingerprints. Aha!
Got one. Lots more chair to search, though.
Oh my god. No. Aha!
Another one. Great. All right. We've been over every inch of that chair. Watching your technique, I'm pretty sure we found what there is to find.
What technique? I'm just twirling a brush and moving it from as many directions as I can to try and get everything. Okay, let's go, hey, back off. Go check things out at the morgue first. See if Dr. Whatever his name is ended up finding something new. Then we'll check those fingerprints. No, then we'll talk to Dr. Brass and check the fingerprints. You got anything new, Doc?
Well, I haven't completed my examination, so I might find out something else. Please feel free to poke around some more now, or you can come back anytime.
Alright. Head to Brass. Alrighty. What do you got, Brass?
Yeah?
Going to a party?
One of the homicide detectives from day shift is having a retirement party tomorrow. I got saddled with picking up a gift from night shift.
That's Lieutenant Briggs, right? Hasn't she been with the force for something like 35 years?
Almost to the day. And when the first female African-American detective in the department retires, you better believe they're making a big deal out of it.
Do you have the card from the ATM?
Let me know what you find.
Yay! So how's life?
Too bad. Busy day. You know how it is. Let me know if you identify a suspect.
Sure thing.
Let's
What
hope
now?
there's some trace of our victim at the club. And hey, maybe a trace of the killer, too, for Brass's sake.
Ah, come here. Let's go to the lab. I get into these puzzle games and detective games a little too much sometimes, but I love them. Okay, time to put another piece on the pile. Rotate. Rotate. Yes. There we go. Missing 2 pieces. Got anything here? Fingerprints? Any documents? Nope. Nope. Microscope. Evidence. Nothing. What's this? DNA. Not a thing. Chemical. Not a thing. Okay, data lab. What now? Sometimes it helps to go back to a location that you searched once. A careful look around the room might show you some more things you didn't notice before. Shush! Evidence. I need to find something. Let's get this and do some comparisons. There. Nope. Upper left. Confirm match.
Okay, so, we know Lynn Bowder was at Pleasure City last night. The question still remains.
Who was she with? Yeah, I know. Prepare search.
To search APHIS, you must first identify minutia or distinctive features of the print. Select parts of the print where a ridge ends or splits apart. There will usually be 3 to 5 distinctive features per print. Once you have found as many as you can, select the Done button to perform the search. The
Okay.
more features you can find, the more it will narrow your search.
Boom. Boom.
Having
Boom.
found 3 minutia, you can now select the Search button to proceed, but you may want to look for a few more. Finding 4 minutia will narrow your search more, and 5 will result in the most precise search possible.
Boom. Boom.
The possible matches are displayed on the right. Select one to place it in the right slot. If the partial print on the left matches any part of the print on the right, simply select the print on the left and drop it on the part of... If they match, select... If you
Stop
can't
it!
find a match...
Stop! Oh my god, they match.
Mr. Iram Dominguez. That's quite a rap sheet. Mr. Iram Dominguez's prints are a match to those we found with Lynn Bowder's prints. And this guy definitely has a history of violence. His current address is in Los Angeles, California. He might have already skipped town. We need Brass to put out a bolo on his vehicle right now.
APB, you mean? Anyway, we'll go back to the club after. So thank you all so much for joining this experience. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, raise hell. Subscribe for more. I'll see you next video. So long.